What's going on, guys? I'm back with a brand new suggestion box review for you guys. And I just watched a movie called Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, starring, brace yourselves, Wee Ha-jung, Ye Jae-yoon, and Moon Ye-won. That's by far the hardest ones to say that I've ever had to say. First of all, you know I got to give a huge shout out to the one, the only, Cheryl Burton. Keep them coming. Keep the suggestions coming. And if anybody else has suggestions, please bring them. Don't be scared. Just bring those suggestions, please. First of all, whatever happened to Laura Prepon? Yes, Laura Prepon. Whatever character she played, she always had this hard exterior about herself. All right? She wasn't dainty. She wasn't helpless. And I'm not trying to push that narrative. Trust me. I don't like pushing narratives like that, but I'm just being honest. She was the best at it. Okay? I remember first seeing her in 1998 in That 70s Show. All right? She played the hard up, pushy girlfriend of Eric Foreman. And in all honesty, he needed that because he needed to toughen up. All right. And then in 2002, Slackers came out. All right. She played quite the interesting character in that movie. She was a friend of the lead female character. And for some reason, she had this infatuation with Self Pleasure. Let's just put it like that. Okay. Then, while that was going on, 2006, That 70s Show, it ended. So in 2013, Orange is the New Black came out. Okay? Now in that show, it was, her character was interesting too. I mean, she again played the best friend of the lead character. All right? And in this one, there was sort of a lie and deceit thing going on with that. That quickly escalated fast. Let's put it like that, real fast. Then in 2016, she was in the movie Girl on the Train. Now, honestly, I forgot that she was in that movie. All right, I don't even remember her being in the movie or what character she was, but she was in that movie. All right, good movie, by the way, good movie. Then in 2017, she was in a movie called The Hero. I honestly was not going to even watch this movie, okay? But I don't know how I came upon me or I came upon it, but it's actually a good little drama. And what pulled me in was the whole age range between her and the lead character. She could have been his granddaughter or his daughter for that matter. All right, but somehow they made it work, and it was a crazy dynamic with that one. And then after all that, of course, Orange is the New Black had to come to an end in 2019. So my question is, where are you at right now? Because we need you back in Hollywood, all right? I'm not saying she was the best actress in the world, but I would love to see her in some action movies. I'm surprised she never did that. Because she, like I said, she has that hard up exterior that is for action movies. Just saying. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, if you don't know about this movie, I'm not going to penalize you. I'm not going to penalize you. I'm going to let you slide because this came out in 2018. That wasn't that long ago. Well, it may seem like that long ago now, but still, I think it's safe to say nobody was really looking out for this movie. Okay, it just kind of popped up. You get a pass. You get a pass this time. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. It's pretty much about this group of young Korean kids. Well, not kids, but they're adults, young adults, who have this web channel where they go around and they investigate on haunted houses and all this other stuff like that. When they choose to go into this asylum, called a Gonjiam, I believe. What they don't know is what they're really getting into once they get into this asylum, because they think it's all fun and games and it's going to be a blast and it's going to be just whoo, this is going to be, this is going to be nothing. And they think everything else before that was a hoax. But when they get in there, things start to change up real quick. I think you know the rest, and then that's the plot to the movie. Positives. This movie, for the most part, when it started off, it had this good feel vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? There was an upbeat to the movie. It made it feel like nothing bad was gonna happen. All right, everybody was joking around. Everybody got to meet each other. Everybody got a good introduction to the other character. They're messing with each other, messing around with each other, and we're learning who's who and what different personalities each character has. And I liked how that started, because honestly, in a horror movie, you want to give that illusion that maybe this is gonna be okay. Maybe we're gonna be all right. It's a better effect for when things start to actually happen. Okay, so I really liked how they came upon it like that. All right. Another positive. This had a genuine fear to it, especially with certain actors and actresses in particular. All right, there's a woman that played a girl named Charlotte, who was just all giddy and just into what she was doing, and her whole personality changed once everything went down. Okay, and the way she brought the fear and the screaming and the crying and how scared she was so good at this. The actress's name will be at the bottom of the screen, but she was so good at what she did. I was convinced that had me scared. This is how scared she was. There's a male character in here too. At first, his fear was a little cheesy. All right, he was put on a little too much there. I ain't gonna lie, but after a while, you start to get it, and you start to say things like, "Dang, I would do the same thing. I would freak out just like he's freaking out. I understand why he's scared. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to see this." So I started to relate with him after a while, even though the girl did a little bit of a better job than he did. Another positive. This, I'd have to say, is probably the best parody of what you would call a ghost hunting show, right? Because that's how this movie was presented. That's another thing I like about this. It was presented as a show, not as a movie. All right, they had the little logos go up, and every time they go to another scene, they show the logo, then they transcend to the next scene. All right, like we were actually watching something on the net. All right, and I liked how that was portrayed, right? It reminds me of Supernatural. If anybody knows that show, it deals with monsters and ghosts and ghouls and all this type of different stuff. There were two characters on that show who would do something just like this all the time, and that was it. It cannot compare to what I seen in this movie. Okay, this what they did in the movie was 10 times better than what they did on that show. All right, just to say it like that. And then there's been other reality shows on cable that do the same thing. All right, I never really watched those, but when I saw this, it's something I would rather watch than what I've seen on TV already. I'd rather watch this. Put this out on cable. Put this on cable. I'll watch it. I'll give it the time of the day. Trust me. Very interesting. Negatives. Here we go. There's a character in here, and I cannot remember his name. And that's pretty. That sounds pretty bad. I know. I think it would be Wee Ha-jun that I'm talking about here. He was kind of the leader of the pack. He was the guy that was kind of running things. All right. And he didn't seem too bad at first. All right. But after a while, it started to seem like he was a little too concerned about views and not their lives of his cast members. Okay. And it got worse. And it got worse. And it got to a point where I just couldn't stand his character anymore. All right. I couldn't stand how the things he said and the way he thought about things and the way he was just so concerned about those views and likes and getting the views up. I'm like, bro, you have people in this asylum who could die. All right. Who could die, who might not come back out. And you're worried about how many views you're going to get for the show, bro. I wanted to personally just reach the TV or the screen and punch him. I wanted to punch him. I wanted to fight him. Like, please let me fight this dude. No matter of fact, when you guys see him again, please hurt him for me. Hurt him. Because I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. This dude is getting on my nerves. He is the antagonist, not the ghost. He's the antagonist for me. All right. I just couldn't take that. I couldn't take that anymore. And so if that's what he meant to do as an actor, he did a good job. He did a great job. Another negative. I couldn't tell what the hell was going on half the time, especially when it got to the asylum and the dark parts and they're outside and it's nighttime. I know that. I know it's nighttime. But still, I had no clue what I was watching sometimes. Because it wanted to give you the shaky cam action going on. Let me tell you something. I do not like shaky cam, first of all. And I can understand why nobody else likes it either. So when somebody's getting murdered or you know whatever, or you think somebody's about to get murdered, I need to see that scene go down in all of its glory. All right, in full view. I need the full view of that scene. Don't give me the part of it. I don't like that. I don't like that. There was a lot of parts in this movie where that ruined the suspense for me. When I see a foot fly up this way and then an arm go this way and then and then face is screaming. And a bunch of screaming. I don't know what's going on. All right, give me some kind of clue to what could be happening. That's another thing in this movie. I was looking the whole time to see if I could catch something in the background. You know how some horror movies, they give you a creepy image in the background, like, oh, did I just see that? You really don't get that with this movie. When it comes out and it happens, it just happens, and that's cool too. That's cool too. I'm really not impressed by jump scares, but that's cool too. But I also like when you see things that you're not sure that you saw. Let's put it like that. A movie that was good at that was Hereditary. Learn from Hereditary, please. Please learn from Hereditary, because y'all weren't doing that right. Y'all weren't doing that right. There's so many chances you could have did that, but you didn't. You didn't. You could have played with the audience's mind. You dropped the ball with that one. I hate to say it. My last negative. This movie could use a lot more gore. And yes, I know, not every horror movie needs tons and tons of blood and splatter and all that. And they say you're especially not going to get that in a ghost movie. But I want to say different. I say different. I disagree. I still need to see the horrible deaths. Necks getting snapped. People getting gutted. Arms getting chopped off. You're a ghost, you can still do that. You can definitely do that now. They can't touch you. You're a ghost. You're already dead. You could have fun with the victims. All right. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. All right. Give me something. Give me something. I already can't tell what's going on. So at least when you do the kill, show me something. All right. Show me how bad you are as a ghost. How scary you can get. It did okay. It did okay. But still, it could have done a lot better with that gore. All right. But for that, I'm going to give it an I cool. Yes, I'm still giving it an I cool. It could have almost been a hell yeah. But honestly, it didn't get me like that. It didn't get me like that. Everything, it was okay. But it didn't get me to the point of a hell yeah. All right? Still, check this movie out if anybody hasn't seen it. I'll be honest on that one. Press that like button. Share this video. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for?